So what is your definition of feminism?
Feminism is, well, this is a hard one to get into words, but it's pretty much like the belief that like anything that's feminine shouldn't be like degraded. It's not only that like women deserve the right to get equal pay, it's also that men should be able to feel emotion.
I think initially people think it's like very kind of like female or like woman-centric, but I think the biggest thing that's important for people to realize is that like it's meant to be inclusive for everyone, regardless of like what gender they identify as, regardless of what like sexuality they identify as, gender identity, etc. And yeah, I think in general, feminism is a sort of like what it's evolved into is about inclusivity.
More or less my definition of feminism is more like just having equality for women. I know that usually women get the short end of the stick in a lot of situations, and a lot of people are like, yeah, no, that's kind of messed up. We can't have that going on. So that's basically what feminism is for.
So what is your definition of feminism?
I would say just having equality, being able to accept other people's differences, and just like emotionally, like physically acceptance. Yeah.
My definition of feminism is that beautiful intersection of fighting for rights for both women, for non-cisgender women, women of color, and kind of bringing that together to make a more equal power structure for us all. Kind of breaking down things like toxic masculinity, breaking down the sort of almost phobia of what is feminine in society today, so that we can all just kind of be people.
So do you identify as a feminist?
Hell yeah. Like, what? Like, it's not hard to believe that, like, women deserve equal pay. It's not hard to believe that, like, femininity is nothing to be ashamed of. And, like, femininity is not only, like, hey, wearing makeup or fitting into dresses. It's also, like, wearing a suit and, like, you know, it's... I don't know, I don't see why no one doesn't like believe that like women and femininity deserves the same platform as masculine. You know, they're just words. It's just like the way you want to identify. Like.
So do you identify as a feminist?
I do.
So do you identify as a feminist?
Spiritually, yes. If I was to be asked like you just did, no, I would not try to label myself as anything. I just simply respect women, and I'm not a jerk, so like, that's it.
Do you identify as a feminist?
Absolutely. They were exaggerated.
You identify as a feminist?
Yeah, I absolutely identify as a feminist, especially as like a queer person of color. I'm Latinx, I'm Mexican American, and I grew up, you know, with a sort of like more female identity, and sort of like being very aware of like expectations that like not just American culture but like also Mexican culture had of like who I was supposed to be, and just kind of like being aware of that evolution within myself, and being aware, you know, of like what aligns, what doesn't align, what is important to me in terms of like how I present my identity, and knowing that like people like me need to be included in sort of like mainstream spaces, even though we're not necessarily represented. You know, I'm a gender fluid person, I'm a bisexual person, and it's like I don't see too many people like that in a lot of our like mainstream culture and media. And so my sort of like brand of feminism is absolutely about like being present, being visible, making sure that like I'm not just representing myself, but representing other people like me.